Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as Aida warning my friend about my ex who she is now engaged to and telling her to stop complaining about things I warned her about. This post received 6768 upvotes. Posted by due_comparison_8976. The post reads as follows. Aida, I, 25F, met Dave, 26 meters, in college. We dated. Everything was great. We got engaged and moved in together. Within 10 months I realized he had a serious issue with masturbation, laziness, and some other stuff. Sue, 25F, has been my friend for years and was supposed to be my maid of honor. She was upset about the breakup but one day called and said Dave axed her out. This was a few months after the breakup. I am not a gatekeeper. I just said, Sue, he's not a good guy. You're like a sister to me and I wouldn't want my sister involved in the same situation I just got out of. I added some situations. I said hey, I am not perfect either, but the relationship was far from balanced and was so toxic. The ring or apartment didn't help. She's a grown-ass woman and I told her to do what she wanted, but seriously. She said she understood. Next week they started dating. I just removed myself. I had blocked my ex and saw he sent me a message on socials but blocked and deleted all of it. Now, a year and a half later. Side note. I caught my ex trying to mess with my birth control once, which made my sex drive, trust just fall and was a big domino in our breakup. He wants kids yet can't bring himself to shower more than one in 3 days. She called me crying. They are now engaged, with the ring I gave back to him, and she is pregnant. She's at the end of her line. He doesn't help with the house and pays little on bills. He told her, his pregnant GF, to go donate blood if she was so worried about money. I let her cry for an hour. How he's lazy and refuses to work, his negative attitude, and how he's sexting bots online but how it isn't cheating since it's AI. How lazy and shitty he is. She even retold stories that I told her of what he did to .me. I felt numb to listen to it and just thanked God it wasn't me. This was what I was afraid of. This is why I left him. At the end I just mustered, Sue, I told you this would happen when you started dating. Not like a sneery jab. Just an emotional, honest one. She hung up. She hasn't tried to contact me since. Aida for trying to tell my BFF how my ex was when they started dating and being unsympathetic now that the same things I told her are coming true. A comment from user Affectionate Style 83 says, NTA, first off, as your friend it was weird of her to go date him after you. And secondly, you broke up with him for a reason and you warned her. You can lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink, and now the horse is pregnant. This comment received 10,249 upvotes. A reply from the original author due_comparison_8976 says, I feel awful for her. We lived together for a year. The whole time he skipped work and went through a few different jobs. He'd play loud video games until 4 a.m. He'd eat in bed so that there was crumbs in the sheets, and was overall just such a hassle. I hate to say that about a person. I don't love him but wish he'd just be better. For Sue and the baby. This reply received 3601 upvotes. A comment from user to whom _it_may_concern says, NTA, it was weird for her to want to date your ex-fiancé. Most people would not do this. Additionally, it's weird because she knew the reasons you broke it off. She made a host of poor decisions and now she is pregnant. She needs to dump him. You gave her all the information she needed about this guy and she ignored you. She is an AH. Your ex is an AH. This comment received 2519 upvotes. A comment from user OK_refrigerator_2218 says, Nope, NTA. She made her bed, now she gets to lay in it. This comment received 1058 upvotes. A reply from user Anxious Marketing 525 says, A bed he'll never make. Which also has crumbs and weird stains. This reply received 898 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, "Damn it, I laughed. I feel bad for her. Gross side note on the masturbation thing. Head masturbate before bed and just go to sleep in his cum-crusted pants. She probably got pregnant just sleeping in the bed." This reply received 282 upvotes. A reply from user Dan420 says, "Call her Grandpa Joe because she's terrible and she'll be in that bed for the next 18 years." This reply received 55 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, "Maybe one day she can laugh at that joke but's it pretty spot on." This reply received 39 upvotes. A comment from user book LVR423 says, "She walked into that situation with open eyes and arms. I would have zero sympathy for a friend who knowingly put herself in that situation." NTA. This comment received 922 upvotes. A comment from user Mariana's Trench says, "The moment she went out with the guy that was so awful for you but no big deal to her, she stopped being your friend. She knew everything going in, and deluded herself into thinking it would be different with her. I bet she also encouraged you two to break up because she secretly wanted him and could fix him." NTA. If she won't get herself out of the situation, I would cut contact TBH. And if you want to be particularly messy, open all those attachments right in front of her for the first time. I'm sure they're all dick pics too. This comment received 451 upvotes. A comment from user proper_sense_1488 says, "Truth has been spoken. You warned her in detail. NTA wanna salvage that friendship? Tell her he messed with your birth control and ask if she was on birth control when she got pregnant. If so, there might be room for suing the shit out of that shitty dude." This comment received 50 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, "She knew he was messing with my birth control pills. He started by throwing away pills, then gaslighting me saying I took it, then I found the whole container in the trash. But he also hounded me for a baby. One time he took me out on a date. Gave me roses. Actually was a great fiancé, and that night said, 'I want our baby at our wedding.' He can be romantic. I am sure that she bought into it." This reply received 21 upvotes. A comment from user Ali Mani says, "NTA. I always suspect that friends who date your ex, after knowing everything you went through, think that they are better than you, and that your ex will treat them better. She's not, nor was she ever, your real friend." This comment received 145 upvotes. A comment from user BSG1Mad6 says, "NTA. Am I the only one that finds your best friend accepting an engagement ring that used to be on your finger just outrageous? She's got sloppy seconds on everything. Willingly walked into this relationship. As your best friend, did she not console you on the breakup of your relationship? She of all people would have seen firsthand your experience with this man. And now, what? Are you supposed to listen? Support her and be there for their child when things progressively get worse? Yikes." This comment received 81 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, "I don't care, but first time I saw that ring on her finger I was like, fuck. She heard it all and saw it all. I ran crying to her a few times too." This reply received 39 upvotes. A comment from user Excel_pager_420 says, "Sounds like Sue did that thing insecure people do, of assuming, and hoping, that when your ex picked her, he'd be different to her. It's the same mindset people who date married men have. Sue listened to your complaints about him, thinking, he treated you like that, it'll be different for me. The pregnancy forced her to stop lying to herself. So she turned to her best friend, forgetting that she screwed over her best friend in choosing this man. NTA. Honestly, I would just distance myself from this friendship. What kind of best friend dates your ex 2 seconds after you broke up? Are you sure there wasn't some overlap?" This comment received 73 upvotes. A comment from user NoTable2410 says, NTA. She knew using you as a shoulder to cry on was making you relive all the same shitty things you went through. Her expecting you to simply switch off your own emotions and focus on helping her with hers was selfish and unreasonable. She is in no position to complain that after an hour of this you weren't particularly sensitive and understanding. It's not as if you laughed or insulted her. This comment received 103 upvotes. A comment from user Loudon2 says, NTA. How good a friend was she really though? No good friend goes out with an exa few months after a breakup. Dollars to donuts that they were already **ing and that's why she was so invested in you leaving your ex. She thought he was the prize. This comment received 126 upvotes. A comment from user Subarctic Farmer says, NTA. What kind of friend would go after your ex? She made her bed. This comment received 77 upvotes. A comment from user psychological_name28 says, Nope. Why NTA? He is. She's an idiot. Sorry you have to deal with this. This comment received 178 upvotes. A comment from user Clearheaded01 says, NTA you warned her, so. MSG her. No apology. But tell her if she wants help to get away from your ex, to call you. And accept that you did what you could. This comment received 45 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, This helps. Yeah. Maybe I'll send her a text saying I am here. She made a comment that I am bitter and jealous she's not with him so I feel like that's her perspective. This reply received 22 upvotes. A comment from user Vexen says, Info. What happened to make your standards for friendship so low that you'd stay friends with someone who went for your ex? Like all of this could have been avoided if you didn't keep associating with trash after it announced itself as such. This comment received 292 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, When we moved in together I was an alcoholic. I was miserable with him but due to the stress of the ring I didn't know what to do but drink. Anyway, I broke up with him after I realized my birth control pills were missing. I did wrong things in the relationship too. I honestly hoped that he would grow up a little and Sue is such a good person that maybe she could fix him up. This reply received 52 upvotes. A comment from user A Madman with a Plan says, Info. Are you saying you haven't spoken to this girl, your BFF, for a year and a half until she just called to tell you all this? Or is this an ongoing thing? This comment received 119 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, So I blocked him but stayed in contact with her. She was acting like the relationship was fine until yesterday when she broke down crying and called me. I know he's been reaching out to me but I have no interest in anything he has to say. This reply received 337 upvotes. A reply from the original author _comparison_8976 says, Another issue. I can see on socials that he's sending me media messages. Of what? At. I can just see the attachment thing. I am honestly afraid of what it could be. This reply received 159 upvotes. A comment from user background_stay_5300 says, NTA. She is not your friend. And it is time you realize any friend that will start dating your ex-fiancé a few months after your relationship ended tells a lot about your ex and your friend. Let your former friend deal with the consequences of dating your ex after you told her about him. This comment received 30 upvotes. A comment from user Double Dragons All Down says, Can you do something more productive for your sister? Like driving her to an abortion clinic or helping her order mifepristone? This comment received 84 upvotes. A comment from user Backyard Chick says, ~slightly yta~. I can understand where you're coming from. But no one likes being told, I told you so, when they are already down. Your friend sounds like she's in a desperate situation right now and honestly just needs support. A shoulder to cry on and maybe some decent advice on what to do. i.e. leave that guy before she gets dragged down even more, baby or not. NTA. This comment received -70 upvotes. A reply from the original author due_comparison_8976 says, I appreciate the comment and I can see both sides. I gave her all the advice, leave. Like I said, I've supported her baby stuff and even bought her some stuff on her Amazon wishlist for the wedding. I don't approve. I've told her that. I know firsthand. I warned her, and she knows first and second hand. What do you think? This reply received 54 upvotes. A reply from the original author due_comparison_8976 says, I told her that he would fuck with her birth control. I told her he refused to work. It was a soft I told you so. She's fucked, just as I had been. I can't help but having no sympathy. I told her all the warning signs. But I am also supporting her. I've helped with her baby stuff and wedding planning. This reply received 108 upvotes.